don't even know how to start off this video besides explaining how this video even got about. Because if you're on my other channel where I cover movies, TV shows, that whole shebang, I decided to do a video talking about unpopular opinions about Hollywood, especially like with the strike and everything going on right now. I thought it'd be a fun video, a switch up of content, yada, yada, yada. So I went on my Instagram story and asked for unpopular opinions on movies, TV, that bubble of Hollywood. And I quickly learned a lot of y'all can't read because I got so many submissions talking about the music industry and artists to the point where I was like, well, damn, if they want to give up this information willingly, I might as well go make another video. So that's what we're doing today. I asked you guys yet again on my Instagram story for any unpopular opinions, things that you just maybe want to get off your chest, and some of y'all took advantage of that. But we're gonna go through them today. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and opinions on them. There is quite a lot, so I'm gonna try to go through it pretty quickly. Let's get started. Talent and skill can be taught, but charisma and star quality can't. Damn! I mean, I don't disagree at all. Many problems with celebrity culture stems from fans thinking artists are their friends. I'm sorry, when did Doja Cat enter my DMs? Albums need to be longer than 10 to 12 songs again. I agree. Don't get me wrong, because I've talked about it on this channel specifically. I don't need an album that's over an hour though. I want a moment, I want a journey, but that journey needs to eventually end. Like, I don't need a pit stop. I don't need a flat tire. I don't need my Coca-Cola to spill all over the seats. Like, just give me what I need, what I want, and then we're good. Like, don't give me the fillers. Don't make it too long, but don't make it too short. Because the issue is then when it's too short and there's not really a lot of good songs, it's like, well, damn, I wasted my time. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. We just need to get back into that sweet spot of like 15 songs where it's about 50 minutes of listening time. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. People do not need to reinvent themselves every album, but I do love the idea of distinct eras. I honestly full-heartedly agree with that. I think it's gotten to a point now where people expect like these big changes for eras. Don't get me wrong, like it's fun, especially when you look at Taylor Swift, who's been able to make a whole tour off of just different eras. I could talk for hours about marketing-wise, how smart and how good that tour is. But yeah, I mean, it's just funny because sometimes like we have a really good era. Maybe I want a little more of that. Like maybe give me a little extra before we move on. And maybe we should set a standard for all artists, because why is it men for the most part doing the same thing kind of over and over again, and then women get crucified if they do the same thing over and over again? Like they have to constantly reinvent, and then when they are reinventing, they're trying too hard, but then when they're not, they don't care and they're lazy. Like I knew when I ordered the Hollywood dish at a restaurant, it came with a little side of misogyny, but damn, I wanted a side, not a whole nother plate. New artists are bland and boring, not like the previous generation, Gaga, Beyonce, etc. Honestly, I kind of agree. And I don't even think it's necessarily they're boring, but I think they just have more opportunity to shine with social media, that they don't have to like make a big statement when they go out on stage. Because I have such a core memory of when Lady Gaga was, what was it, the VMAs, and she like started bleeding and was hanging from the ceiling. That was a moment, and that was the birth of a superstar. We don't get anything like that anymore. It's just like, here's, you know, my constant push of albums, here's a little TikTok trend, you know, like people just aren't giving what they need to give anymore. Very unfortunate. All Taylor's version album covers so far have been inferior to the OGs. I don't know, I really like the red one compared to the old one. I think that's the one where I'm like, noticeable difference. The other ones, I don't know. Like, I think I like them. It's just hard because you have like that nostalgic factor also when it comes to the old album covers, that sometimes it's hard with the new and the change. So is it they're inferior or you just don't like change? Let's talk about it. There are no more songs that get really big. Everything's big now. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with. Thank you. You put what has been going on in my mind into words. And I think that's also like low key, because I got a couple submissions being like, so why do you hate this channel? Why are you abandoning your baby? And I'm not. I'm just like, when it gets to this channel, I sometimes just feel overwhelmed because I'm like, what is the appropriate album, musician, whatever to cover? Because there is just so much content out there And after you consume a lot of it, it kind of feels repetitive. It kind of feels the same. But going off of there are no more songs that get really big, I agree, because I feel like the country like racist song that was #1 recently, I still haven't heard it. I feel like 20 years ago, if a song was #1, everyone knew it. Damn, even 10 years ago, if like a song was #1, everyone knew it. It's just not like that anymore. And that's just, it's just kind of crazy. Maybe the industry is really oversaturated. Saturated. We're not gonna talk about that. Nothing. I just love women. See, and this is a safe space for you to say that, because I feel like the majority of you guys feel the same way. People need to stop calling promo payola when it's just record labels doing the bare minimum of their job. No notes. No notes. I think what it is people aren't used to seeing the record labels doing their job, that anytime there is promotion, they're like, that's wrong. That's wrong. After watching The Idol, I've decided to unstand The Weeknd. No more listening to him. I honestly got quite a few submissions that are in the same boat as this. Personally, for me, I feel like it brought out my emotions about him that I knew was there, but it's just so like in the forefront. I even talked about it in my Idol recap, where when it comes to The Weeknd's music, I know what it sounds like. I know the content of it. I know the sometimes questionable lyrics about it. But in my head, it's like, I don't know if he really is this guy, if he is this persona. Like, is it an act or is it really who he is? But then after learning about all the Idol drama and how he did team up with Sam to create this vision when there already was one in place, and he decided, no, I don't want to do that one because allegedly, I'm not trying to get sued, allegedly it's like leaning too much into a female perspective, is a very interesting thing for me. So I don't know personally for me if I'm gonna unstand, but big side eye. Big ol' side eye. Sadly, for most of the industry, it's no longer about music, just money making. No notes. I feel like we all can agree, especially like with the strikes happening in Hollywood right now. I don't want to get like too far into details because I could spend forever talking about it, but just learning what they put these people through and how they've like almost shrunk the industry so they can just make content that they know is going to sell rather than like fresh and new ideas is very sad. And honestly, I'm at the point now where if like, I don't even know how that would possibly happen, but if musicians were like, we're gonna do a strike or we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, I would support them 100%. They don't even get paid, first of all. Let's start there. Like, you can get 1 million streams and make like $2 off of your music. The record labels themselves are just so vile and so money hungry that they make these contracts to the point where the only way you can make money is to tour. Like, it's just such an abusive system, and I don't like it. Collabs are fun, but having your album full of them is unnecessary. Did I write this? Like, hello? I think I've said this in every single video ever made on this channel. Ice Spice is not that good. Damn, so maybe this is my time to also share an unpopular opinion. I don't necessarily get the hype. I'm here to support women. I know she's new. I know she's like upcoming. Maybe once she gets more comfortable experimenting with her sound and her flows, I'll be okay. Because there's like a couple times I'll hear something and I'm like, ooh, yeah. Yeah. But then there's a lot of other times where I'm like, Pink Panthers is borderline unlistenable. Now, I know you're not saying this when she has the best song on the Barbie album. See, but I can't also say that because I don't really listen a lot to her music. So I have to be like in a certain mood to listen to it. If you held a gun to my head and was like, recite even one lyric from one of her songs, I think I would be dead. I don't know what she's saying, but my ass is shaking, so something's happening. Normani won't do good on charts because of her lack of presence. See, this is where I need a little more info, like stage presence, because I think she has amazing stage presence. Presence in any other way, like on social media, red carpets, interviews, like industry more event things. I kind of agree. I feel like at this point in this day and age, like you kind of have to be, or you've always had to be like a full package. And now with social media just like really taking over, you kind of have to have your hands in a lot of different buckets. And you have to kind of be good at a lot of different things. You don't have to necessarily be the best at every single thing. You just have to be known. You just have to be present. Here's the thing though, I feel like, because if you don't know, Normani just recently got like a new management team and all that. Super excited about it. Like, it's been justice for Normani for years and years and fucking years. So I feel like once she does come out with a hit and she has promotion and everything, I think it's gonna be different. Because the plan that we're doing right now, like we drop a song and then we disappear for 3 years and then we drop another one and it doesn't like chart as good as the other one, but that's because we didn't even know you were still making music, girly. Like that plan is not sustainable in this time and age. I don't know what he's doing. Can y'all hear that? Apologize to the people for interrupting. Do you have anything to say? Oh, I'm a Blink, but Blackpink is overrated, overhyped. I feel like you're not a Blink because I don't think I've ever seen a Blink say this, like ever. But I did get a couple responses that kind of were in the same realm as this, and I just thought it was interesting. I'm so used to it, like maybe 2 years ago being BTS is overrated and now it's Blackpink because I think the general public eats up Blackpink a lot more. So I don't know, that shift I think is really interesting. Omar Apollo is mad underrated. I can agree because I was there. I got to see Omar open for SZA when she was doing her US leg of her tour, and I was just amazed. Like I had heard a couple songs, like I knew Kamikaze, I knew Evergreen, like I had a rough idea of what his music was like, but hearing it live, I was like, oh shit, you're a vocalist. Like you know what you're doing. Madison Beer gets too much hate because people feel threatened by her beauty. I think the general public's idea of Madison Beer is so interesting to me. I feel like people view her more as an influencer than they do as a musician when she started out as a musician and just has kind of branched off to social media. And I think that is because she is just so pretty that people just were like, oh, I want to look at you. I don't really want to hear what you have to say. But she honestly had like one of the best debut albums I've ever heard. You're not on that train? Get on that train. Why are concert tickets so expensive? Damn you, Ticketmaster. You just answered your own question. It's Ticketmaster. Low key. Let me get your guys' thoughts actually real quick. Because I definitely want to do like more on this channel than just reactions, especially in the period where we're not really getting a lot of new music. And one of the videos I want to do is talking about Ticketmaster, just like uncovering all their scams, their legal battles, because there is so much information that goes into Ticketmaster. And to me, I just find it so funny because, for example, with Beyonce's tour, I remember seeing people like talking about the prices and even being in the like upper bowl section, it being like $400 or $500 a ticket. And I was like, damn. I don't know if I can like really go to this show right now, but I'm gonna try. For my ticketing experience, because she is coming here to Arizona, I'm going pretty soon. She's going to the State Farm Stadium and they have like an exclusive deal with SeatGeek. So anytime there's a show there, the tickets are exclusively sold on SeatGeek. And tell me why I got 2 tickets in the like lower bowl, not floor, but like pretty damn close to it. 2 tickets, a parking pass for $380. I feel like I've robbed Beyonce. Like that doesn't sound right. Like 2 tickets and a parking pass for $380. I just have to reiterate that. Ticketmaster. Unless y'all want to work together. Get me in a meeting and let's talk. Let's figure this shit out. Harry Styles isn't part of a minority and he should stop acting like he is. He just dresses funny and that's it. Damn, not the read. Oh! I don't know if I'm qualified to answer this. You know, just no particular reason why I feel that way. I do agree sometimes the clothes situation, I'm just like, Harold, you are embarrassing me, but it's fine, I'm gonna look away. But I think a lot of people think this way because of the whole Grammy speech. A lot of people have actually asked me about my opinion of him winning over Beyonce, and again, I might be the worst person to ask because those were the 2 I was rooting for. I kind of had a feeling Beyonce wasn't gonna win just because in my mind, when she didn't win for Lemonade, I knew the Grammys were never gonna give her Album of the Year. That was such a cultural phenomenon. That was such a moment. It shifted how artists drop music. It shifted how artists look at music videos and storytelling. There has never been an album that has been so influential, and yet it didn't get Album of the Year. So I kind of knew she wasn't gonna win. And I think that's why I wasn't as upset, because my hopes weren't super high. But anyway, talking about his speech, I think it rubbed people the wrong way because like he's a white cis male. I think the speech rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because he has been in the limelight for so long. He did come from One Direction, which was the biggest boy band of our generation. Being as humble as he is, it just came off as like, fake or like not reading the room. But I think that's just genuinely him, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know the guy, so I can't really say much, but that's my take. Troy proved gays deserve rights with Rush because, oh my God, what did he put into that song? Dude, I know. I try so hard when I know an album's coming out to not listen to singles, like, but I had to because there was ass all over my timeline and I was like, let me see what it's giving. And girl, it's giving. Damn. That boy does not miss. And we will be streaming the new album. And if you haven't listened to this song yet, what are you doing? Camping out for concerts has become too much. Oh my God, girl, same. I don't know if it's just because I'm older and I have responsibilities, but I don't have all damn day to sit outside on pavement with roaches. So I possibly could be like the third row in the stinkiest, mustiest pit you have ever seen. I'm good. At that point, I'd rather have a seat and take my merry little time, dress up, and have a good night and not fight for my life for like 48 hours straight. I think paparazzi should be banned. They just harass actors and their kids living a life. Love you too, and I agree. I just like, I'm also at the point where I just don't care. I think I'm at the point in life where like, I'd rather them have their privacy and also like just have a little bit of mystery to them. I think celebrities were cooler when we didn't know so much about them. I hated Lady Gaga's Shallow. I'm so sick of hearing Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so never going to karaoke place with you. Screaming at concerts. Scream, cheer, have fun, don't be obnoxious. I can't tell you how many videos like I'll see on Twitter and you hear the person 2 rows down just like popping a lung. And it's like, you're not even doing that for fun. You're doing that because you think it's funny. It's not. No one's laughing. Thoughts on scandals of Ariana, Doja, and Lizzo. Okay, so let's get into it. I knew there was gonna be a couple of this in here, and this one was the one that just summed it all in one thing. So let's talk about it. Ariana, my girl, my Italian soul sister. I think I just don't care, personally. Am I proud of what she's doing? Allegedly, because we don't even know what the truth is. No. But is she also an adult who can make her own decisions? Yeah. Did she like kill somebody? No. Did she do something that's extremely illegal and offensive? No. I don't know. I think I've just seen worse scandals where I'm like, I need to pay attention to that more than this. Like, I don't know. Y'all just needed to listen to Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored a little closer. Like, she wasn't joking. Doja, unfortunately, agree with what she's saying. I get what she's saying about like the parasocial relationships because I think with social media, it's gotten to a point of no return and it's crazy and it's bad. But the way she's saying it and delivering it, I do not agree with, and I think is so disrespectful to everyone who has ever paid for her music, paid for a tour ticket, giving their time and love to her. There is a way to say what you want to say without disrespecting people, and I think that's just my biggest issue right now. And why I'm just kind of like ignoring it, and I know this is like, she has troll humor. This isn't anything new for her, or my favorite where it's like, oh, this is her alter ego, Scarlett or whatever for the new era, which if it's that, say that then. Make it a whole thing on Twitter. Like change your Twitter name to Scarlett, tweet being like, haha, that Doja Cat bitch, dead. It's Scarlett now. So then we're in on the joke, because right now, we're not in on anything and we're lost, confused, and scared. And her specifically saying, like, I don't love you to her fans, I get what she's saying because it's not like that deep love like when you're in love with someone. But I would sure hope that you have some sort of love, some sort of appreciation for your fans, and you tell them that. And Lizzo, if I'm being completely honest, I have not kept up. I know there's been like things popping up about the dancers, or some people saying that they have lied or it's like fabricated. People were like too quick to jump on her side. Initially was very hurt and very upset because it's like, how are you gonna be this role model, this spokesperson for such positivity, make a whole brand and career off of it to then just not live it backstage? That's also extremely stupid. If you make a brand or an image off of one thing, you know how quick it is to shatter that one thing and not have a career? Once there's more information available, I'll have an opinion, but right now, it's just like, it's all just very disappointing. It's all very sad. And then I got this one, can Ashley sing? I got so many things of like, where's your projects? Where's this, where's that? I don't know who you think you're talking to. Kyoshi Warrior is right around the corner. I'm like, y'all wanna hear a singer? She's right there. But I will say, I think it would be really fun, not necessarily for me to put out a project, but to be a part of a project. As I've done this channel, I feel like I be really good with like branding and creating ideas and like an image for an era. I don't know like how I would ever get involved in that, but I think that would be really fun. I could fart into a mic and it'd have more lyrical ability and talent than a Playboy Cardi song. Damn, someone came out with the claws and I love it. I can't say anything because I'm not familiar with the music, but I feel the energy and I feel like I probably would agree. A lot of singers aren't good at singing. Cough, Kaylani, cough. Girl, you hear what they're saying about you? And last but not least, because oh God, did I get so many submissions being on both sides of the argument. Do you agree on separating the music from the artist? If I'm being honest, I have, because I got a lot of these questions last night and I've been thinking about it all day. I really don't have an answer, and not even as I just want to be neutral and I don't want you guys to cancel me. I really don't know, because I don't think I practice fully one way or the other, if I'm being completely honest. If I was to sit here and say this way or that, I would be so hypocritical, because I know for sure there are certain artists where I have overlooked, but then there are artists like Chris Brown where I'm like, he obviously is a criminal and is a repeat offender. I just don't want to waste my time with that. So I'm being honest, I am not the most consistent person when it comes to this, so I don't really have an opinion. And that feels kind of shitty to say. That kind of feels like, well, if you have this channel, like you need to stand your ground. My ground's a little wobbly. You know, I don't have a strong stance. And maybe with time or the more I think about it, I will. But right now, I know if I was to say one or the other, I would be the biggest hypocrite ever on youtube.com. Anyway, that was it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. It was kind of a little bit longer. I was trying to make it short, but I hope it was fun nonetheless. If you want more like this, let me know in the comments down below. This channel is gonna become alive and active. I have a couple videos already planned and some like, you know, in pre-production, because whatever. Anyway, I love you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go eat. Okay. Mwah. Bye.